COVID-19 has changed so many things in so many of our lives. One of the things that we are hearing from a lot of the schools, communities, and workplaces that we have been working with at the Riverside Trauma Center is about how people are really struggling with thinking clearly, with remembering, with concentration. And we think that cognitive load theory is a really helpful framework for thinking about what might be going on for many people. My name is Joanna Bridger. I'm the clinical director of the Riverside Trauma Center, and I wanted to spend a little time with you today talking a little bit about cognitive load theory. Cognitive load theory is a way of understanding how we learn and how we remember information. Using what we know about neuroscience, it explains how our working memory takes in new information and what gets processed and what moves into our long-term memory and what we're able to recall and bring up from our long-term memory. So a lot of people right now are experiencing what we sometimes refer to as cognitive overload, where there are just too many things coming into a person's sensory and working memory at a given time, and their brain is not able to attend to or process them. There are a number of things that can get in the way of people's working memory working as well as we would like it to. Things like having to retrieve memories or things we know from different parts of our brain, right, that are in different ways of understanding things. So an example of that might be if you're trying to do the work that you've always done, but suddenly having to worry about the technology piece of it to do it online. Or if you are having strong emotional responses at the same time as you are trying to do the things that you're doing or learn new information, that can contribute to what's called the extraneous cognitive load. So cognitive overload can manifest in a couple different ways for people. Some of it is about all of the thoughts that we're having, but also about the ways in which we think. And so the first and most important thing to do is just be aware that that is normal, right? That it is normal that people are feeling a little foggier than we normally do. And we're not going to necessarily think as fast or as clearly or be able to remember or concentrate in quite the same ways. There are things that we can do to minimize the extraneous cognitive load. Things like writing things down, things like getting rid of the stuff that is not absolutely essential, right? Just expecting ourselves to do what we absolutely need to get done and figuring out how to pare those tasks down into ways that are going to be as clear-cut as possible. Thinking about how to minimize that cognitive load for ourselves, but also acknowledging that others around us, our families, our employees, if we're supervisors, are probably also experiencing some level of cognitive overload, and thinking about how we can communicate to them that they also need to be gentle with themselves, how we can be gentle and forgiving with them, knowing that they are likely to not be thinking as clearly or as fast as normal. And then if we are asking them to do new tasks or learn new things, really helping to simplify, to provide bridging examples, to chunk things that are similar. There's a number of techniques to minimize the extraneous cognitive load to really help people to be able to access that information and learn that information as easily as possible.